Hi friends, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clean my chain and it is loose enough. I know the other day I traveled to a bumpy road and I could see my chain is hitting to the chain case, chain cover, and I have lot many um, what do you say, the tools. What I'm showing is 17 mm, 24 mm, spanner T, 10 mm, 8 mm. So all these are required in multiple numbers because sometimes what you need is the one side is 24, the other side might be 17. So you have to remove the axle, loosen the axle, not remove. And chain cover needs 10 mm, and near the crank, the front small crank, you need 8 mm, either T or ratchet, and the gear shaft is also to be removed with 8 mm. Then there are some adjustments screws there, as I think there are also 8. So those things are required to, these kind of tools required to adjust and lubricate, I mean clean, adjust and lubricate the chain for the Pulsar 150 cc. Mudguard you have to remove so that you can access to the one screw for the top cover, top chain cover, then the bottom chain cover, then I could easily open these covers, the top cover and the bottom chain cover, then go to the front, the small crank, that one, to remove that. Look at the chain, so much of loosen. You have to adjust this. I just made double speed just because these are all some easy thing. We don't have to waste time on this. Remove the gear pedal, the gear shaft. Nearby gear shaft there is a small nut. This nut and the top nut will remove the cover, and you will see this is also having a lot of grease. All right, friends. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just spraying the WD-40, the cleaner agent, onto the chain, and you see where you need to spray and how do you do. You should keep a cloth below so that the remaining um, liquid falls into that. This is the way you have to complete the chain. Then leave the chain for some time and try to do the same thing to the front. The front area is much more dirtier and a lot of deposits. Yeah, and spray wherever possible for the entire chain. I have these toothbrushes. They are hard toothbrushes, and I am using it just because they are spoiled once and need to remove the dirt onto the chain, which is pretty much you know so much of dirt, I can say, so much of sludge. Again, repeat it with the WD-40, then brush, so that you can remove those unwanted there. I recommend to rotate clockwise the wheel so that your hand is always away from the sprocket. It will never pull you in. Your fingers are safe, and you should be maintaining a distance from the sprocket. In fact, when you go to a mechanic, they don't do all those cleaning. It is very lengthy process. It's a very, uh, I can say, a lot of tasks they do. So unless until you specifically go and do this, no one opens up to this. They just open that small opening from the lower chain case, and they just spray some old engine oil from their canister. So the oil can contains dirty burnt engine oil, and those deposits are there in this. I am cleaning now. Ideally, I should have removed the chain from this crank completely. Should have wiped off, but that's a very lengthy process. I'll do some other day. This one, at least the passage is clear, and the passage is clear, and um, the lubrication of the chain is also can be done, because it makes a lot of noise, that this chain is so much of loosen up. It just hits to the lower chain case, and um, had I never seen this much loosen. I normally freak out with this bike, so I'm going to tighten this, and so that at least you know what is your bike up to. um, I have provided this bike for the local service guys as well as Bajaj, but I don't think they take care this much the way we do. And knowing is the best thing, friends. So better know yourself, better know about your stuff, about your machines, about your um, I mean things, and how are they, what are they up to. So what is shown in this video right now is you just clean up whatever garbage is there. You need to clean up. That is the most time consuming and dirtiest thing you can do. I realized that we should have used those surgical gloves, because this grease or this sludge gets inside your nails, and your fingers look dirty, and they are so unhygienic for several days. So I recommend use some gloves, surgical gloves, so that it's easy for you to service or lube the chain. You have to loosen up these two nuts. One is a smaller one, another is a bigger one. This side is the bolt, that side is that's the axle rod, big rod, and there is a nut beyond, next to the axle rod. What I'm showing here is you have to see the markings, the adjustment. If you see, there are three lines. The center line is the arrow, and that side another line. The other side of the vehicle also should be of the same distance, and as well as the chain should be tightened enough. The ideal way of tightening is you loosen these nuts and the small nuts, then you adjust it by pulling the wheel behind, and then tighten those small nuts what is seen from the base frame, and slowly you tight those. This is the axle nut. This you can loosen up. That side I'm using a box spanner. Yeah, I wonder, no, it should not be that loose. I remember my Aviator, I had tough time, but bikes are not that much tight, but I have tightened it to the maximum after servicing. So this spanner V824, the inside one, that is tightening the chain from left side, where the side we are observing. The other side where we don't see, that side is the bolt and the center axle. The axle, yeah, this one, and now I'm opening up, that is the axle. That is tightening the right hand side. Yeah, right hand side, this side. This one with the center axis, the axle nut with the, and the second one next to that is to tighten the left side we are observing now. That we will do after this. Be careful while using these tools, because they are going to spoil if you misuse them. Spoil the nut and bolt, the axle. Don't have to loosen so much, and yeah, it's loosened so that the wheel can come behind, a little bit behind. It's in mm. I feel there are some 5 mm difference between the left to the right. Right hand side is 5 mm bigger than the left, so that's why the chain is loosened. So I have to pull the wheel behind by removing those small nuts, and this time I'm trying to open the bigger one. Yeah, this is the bigger one, the 24 mm. So with this I had a spanner, but I lost it. I don't know where it is. So I'm using the box one with the L rod. That is not helping me so much, because there is a small head nut over there, that is the axle nut. So with a spanner I should have done easily, but anyway with this also this was a little bit loose, so I had easily removed it. So with this also I could remove easily. Yeah. If it is loose, probably the chain become loose because your axle should be tight enough. Now at least we know that the consequences of this, the bolt and nut and the axle, how and what major role they play. So I'll be a little careful and I'll check all this nut bolt time to time. This small one, when you open, you have to pull the wheel behind so that can adjust those 5 mm difference between the left and the right side. This time I needed badly those tools, the spanners, the smallest and the largest, the biggest I can say. So I was unable to get it. There I need 8 mm or below 8 mm spanner and 24 mm spanner set. So I might have to procure another set so that this back rear wheel servicing can be done easily. And next time when I do, I'll have to remove the chain completely and clean it up with kerosene and or WD-40. Then what I do is I will do the lubrication. So the process what you see in the picture is I try to open that small 2 bolts so that the wheel can come little behind, then I can tighten this 24 mm nut, I can say bolt, so that both side it is tightened, then the axle can be tightened. So this is the most important part. Probably I took some 15-20 minutes more on this adjustment. I am still not exactly onto the mm's from left to right. There are some 2-3 mm difference between the left and right side. So I said it's okay mechanically 2-3 mm. This 3 fingers I am showing is 3 lines I see there, and the gaps between 3 lines and to the frame. So I am just trying to adjust millimeter by millimeter. So this side even I am checking the tension of the chain. So I hope this is the most difficult area post cleaning, and lubrication is very easy. After this you can just pour the lubrication, spray it. Even while running the vehicle on the stand you can simply spray it, because there is a nozzle and there is a rod. Yeah, with the nose plier I am just tightening it up. I should have used a spanner so that it is, this side also you need to adjust a little bit. You have to loosen it up because this side is the bigger, that side is the smaller. So both adjustment can be done. placing the tools below and adding the gear shaft. So friends, this adjustment of the chain cover and the bolt and nut, the axle as well as the chain need to be done several times till you get the accuracy. I have done up to some 2 millimeter difference to the chain side to the other side. So I hope this video is helping you, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.